All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushai, Ka'alam La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kwakadash, and also double honor to the apostles and the elders grand millstone, and a Shalom to brothers out there pushing his truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kwakadash, around the four corners of the earth, all right? And also Shalom to you, few sisters. So I'm back here again with another lesson, and this lesson here is going into the global food prices hit the highest level in a decade, with the USA, or US, it's like, yeah, with US seeing price of meat, poultry, fish, and eggs rocking up by 15.7% in 2 years, as experts warn soaring energy costs could drive them even higher. So there you go, there you have it. So we know, all right, this is the agenda that these elites are pushing for, all right. They want to be they're like, we've been saying, they want to be the one providing all these needs that you need in your life, man, okay, to move forward, okay. They want to be, the one providing food, all right, water, all that to you, man, okay. And this is here is it's part of prophecy, man. This is, the famine, okay, famine of food and water, man. All right. It says the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization food price index reached a 10-year high last month, reflecting skyrocketing worldwide food prices. Globally, the price of vegetable oil increased by 60% during past year. U.S. shoppers are also experiencing sticker shock, with the price of bacon up 17%. Fuck bacon. That's anything. That's abominable food anyway. And beef costing meat-eating consumers an extra 12.2%. Experts are attributing the rising costs on rising energy costs and other factors. Worldwide food prices have reached the highest level in a decade, and experts are warning that price spikes up to 16% per 16% in the U.S. could worsen, partly because of soaring energy costs. United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization FAO's September food price index measure of monthly changes in global food prices, reaching 130 points, a level not seen since 2011. It presents 32.8% increase from September 2020. Prices are also skyrocketing in the U.S., where beef prices have jumped 12.2% during the past year, and the cost of bacon increased 17%, according to USA Labor Department. Already there. So you can see, you get the idea, man. This was on a Daily Mail, it's like a Daily Mail, .co UK news, alright. So this is this ain't no, them fake news these websites be making, all right. So this is legit right here, man, and this is part of the famine coming of food and all that, man. All right, let's go. Let's get, go to the book of it's like yo. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 15. The sword is without, the pestilence, and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Right. So our people, man, our people who don't want to repent, you're gonna be caught up in this situation where you're gonna die of famine. All right, you might escape the sword, all right, or escape the pestilence, but guess what? Famine is gonna be around the corner waiting for you. All right. and we know this is good. And this right here is about to happen, man. This is what Esau is trying to create. Okay, trying to be in charge of food, and he's gonna starve you people to death, man. Because remember this, man. The rich, the real rich, they're gonna be starving. Okay, so they're gonna have what do you call it, um access to foods order, while you, Jake's struggling, man, over there in Babylon. Two-thirds of our people over there in Babylon. You wicked Jakes scattered around the four corners, Europe, Africa, Asia, Middle East, the islands and all that. You're gonna be starving, man. You're gonna die of famine, all right? So let me read that in the NLT. Says, there is a war outside the city and disease and famine within. Right? Those outside the city, remember, World War III is going to be happening out of America. And then eventually it's going to, the nations that, is going to be fighting World War III, they're going to turn their back and say, you know what? We're going to, to start shooting missiles on America, and even the allies, who's with America, they're going, turn their back towards America, man. All right. It says also the war is there's a war outside the city and disease and famine within. Those outside the city walls will be killed by enemy swords. Those inside the city will die of famine and disease. Right, So eventually, that's how it's gonna be. Your mighty man who's gonna go and trying to fight World War III and all that over there in our Middle East, they're gonna die over there. And then even outside, even within the country, you people, your preppers and all that. You got guns, all that. I mean, hey, you're gonna die by the sword. Okay, then eventually you want in the city, it's gonna be famine. You know why it's gonna be people in the city you're gonna die by famine? Because the government is gonna have control of that, man. The government is gonna have control of what you eat, what you drink, and eventually they're gonna cut it off to get you, to destroy you people, man. Remember, their agenda is the depopulation, man. All right, trying to get rid of you. That's the agenda, man. They're trying to help you. You see. But Jack really think that the devil is for him, man. Let's go get a few precepts. Let's see. Right, this is the book of Ezekiel 5 and verse 12. A third part of thee shall die with the pestilence, and with famine shall they be consumed in the midst of thee. And a third part shall fall by the sword around about thee, and I'll scatter a third part into the winds, and I'll draw out a sword after them. Even this happened to our people, all right, during the time of Babylonian Empire, that this befell on our people, man. Okay, but guess what? The history is about to repeat itself, man. You're gonna have people trying to flee the country, trying to flee into the peaceful area and all that. But hey, nope. You're not gonna escape none of them, man, because Yahweh Shimi Ashar has appointed you, for you to die, man. All right, for you to go down like that. Okay, with famine. All right. And when in whatever you just gonna be at, man, you gonna have to get it, man. You gonna get it, okay? Let me see something here real quick. Just bear with me for a minute. Hold on, trying to get search out something here. Ezekiel. So right, okay. So that that took apart. Um, well, so count Babylon, right? Okay, all right, that's good. So let's move on. Let's get a quick preset right here just to back it up. Some what I had said. This is the book of Ezekiel, or Saki. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, because I had said, that what I read in the book of Ezekiel, took apart. Jack went through it, especially the tribe of Judah faced it, man, went through, during the time of the Babylonians. But I want to go and get this quick precept. There's nothing new under the sun, just to show you, man. The history is about to repeat itself during Jack's trouble, but this time it's going to be even worse, man. New on the this book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. And the thing that have been, it's like it is that which shall be, and that which is done, it is that which shall be done, and there's no new thing under the sun, man. So there's nothing new under the sun happening that right now that hasn't happened, that hasn't you know um taking place. All right. The only thing that's gonna be what is it like new is when Yahweh Hashem Yahshua delivers the elect. All right, America itself, America itself getting destroyed by the nukes. All right, World War III popping off. Yahweh returning in them chariots. Okay, delivering, like I said, delivering the elect. All right, the MOTB, the chip being, given to people. That those are new prophecies that hasn't happened yet. But some of these things you read in the Bible, some of them took a place, man. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get Matthew 24. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 7. And for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. You see? So this is what we're living in right now. This is the building up for these famines, all right, coming in. So these plagues don't stop, man. All right. Let's go to the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall have plagues come in one day, talking about America, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judges for them, man. So your plagues are going to, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. It's going to feel all these things happening one day, man, because there's no rest between them. Like when you go to the book of Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, it says what? The plagues slack not, okay? Like, when a woman is having contraction, this contraction keep coming every 5 minutes, every, whatever, the time it is, they just keep coming back again and again and again, man. All right. So these plagues ain't going to stop. And Esau, man, he's the one in the midst of them, in the midst of it, bringing these plagues. Let's go to the book of, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Also, these things, it's been written by Esau to do it, man. Okay. To have that control over you. All right. Because when he got power, when somebody got power to to feed you, give you water, money, and all that, hey man, you gotta somehow bow down to them, and that's what Esau wants. He wants to be worshipped. Okay, he's gonna cause a famine so you people can fucking worship him, man. You dummies. But the servants of Yahweh Hashem Ashad, they should eat, they should have life, they should drink, so they're gonna be okay. All right. What is it? Pursuant to the book of Isaiah chapter 65, and also the book of it's like the book of what do you call it? There's another precept in the book of Job chapter 5, man. From verse 19. Okay, it goes into that, man, where like we're gonna be the elect, they're gonna be taken care of, man. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another one in the book of it's like global decade, not food organization. How you doing, bro? Good, man. Let's go to the book of it's like here, second Esdras. But before I do that, let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 39. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39, and verse 28. There be spirit that crave for vengeance, which in their fury lie on the soul strokes. In the time of destruction, the pure out their foes, and appease the wrath of him that made him. It says fire and hell and famine and death, all these will crave for vengeance, man. You see that? So, this famine right here is this, this is a spirit that Yahweh Shem Yashar is going to put up upon the Edomites, okay, the elite, to bring forth the crazy famine where people going to be, starving to death and all that, man. All right. You can read the history, some of the history that took place, like the famine that happened in the land of Samaria, man. Let's go to the book of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, real quick, and then close it off on that. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and thou shalt perish with the sword in the field. And the that be in mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for the very hunger of bread and thirst of water, man. You see that? So that's how it's gonna be. This is the famine. That famine is gonna be. It's gonna be crazy, man. Because eventually, your so-called government is gonna be, trying to give you what you need, water, this now. Then more things are gonna happen. It's gonna cause you to flee into the mountains. That flee into rural places, man. All right, and then from there, hey, if you if you how about Shimon shot ain't with you, you're gonna die of that, man. Verse 59, though as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. All right. And in the passage they shall rush in on the Edo city and shall destroy some portion of thy land and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. Right. So which that right there is going into something else. But as you see, man, the history is about to repeat itself, but this time it's gonna be worse because it's gonna be more plagues and are gonna be taking places, man. It's gonna be a plague after another. Okay. So ejects, man, you need to repent, man. Okay, because you one thing is, man, you Jakes, who's out there, took the damn fucking juice and you think you got it good. No, man, you don't. Esau, Esau got you trapped up, man. He got you good, and now you have relied on him. But okay, this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22. All right, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. You see, your farms and all that, and she gonna be going in there, man. The food storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Your stores and all that is finally gonna be found empty, man. Which is what you're seeing right now. All right, the price is gonna rise up, and eventually people are gonna have to go with the price, buy the food, and then guess what? They're not gonna restock up. They're not gonna restock up the stores, man. You got them ships hanged over there in the west coast of America, and I believe east coast of America as well. Why do you think they're doing that, man? Because Esau is ready to cause another big plague. All right, Yahweh Hashem is gonna is making this guy cause plagues, man. All right. Okay, let me see. Let me check something here real quick. It's like, yeah, if you know. All right, so so there you have it, man. So that was going into these the famine coming in, okay. Because eventually, man, people are not gonna be able to afford food, man. That's another thing. People ain't gonna be able to afford food because some people live on a paycheck. They gotta pay rent. They gotta pay all these bills. And so once the price goes up, it's gonna be worse, man. Also, you can read Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, going to like verse starting from verse 14, okay, to about verse 20, I guess. It's going into stuff that are gonna be happening, and one of them is your neighbor's gonna be going against each other and putting each other to death over food, man. So hey, there you have it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to you brothers out there and sisters out there. Hey, keep your faith, keep your faith going, man. And pray to Yahweh Shin Yasha to strengthen you even more. All right, and then just hey, keep your eyes on what's going on around the four corners of the earth, man. If you gotta go, get you some stuff, go ahead and get, if you got money to do so, go ahead and get you some before the price goes higher, or even before something happens. Just buy, bit by bit, man. I'm not saying go ahead and go all crazy. Just buy bit by bit as the time goes on, man, because you never know. The scripture says Yahweh Shem Ashar, man. It's gonna come like a thief of night. So these plagues, man, they can be sent out like out of nowhere. All right, you can wake up tomorrow morning and then boom, something happen. You know what I mean? The power reach, all that shit that has been happening, which is a test. It's always likes to do tests on a few countries and shit just to see how people react to it, man. So there you have it, man. Hey, shalom.